So we're here in the Saragossa Retreat Center, named after the city in northern Spain where Blessed William Joseph Chaminade founded the Society of Mary in the 17th century. And I think this is a perfect place to ask, what is the relevance of Blessed Chaminade's vision today, some 200 years later?
Well, I think Blessed Chaminade saw in Spain the spectacle of saints, and I think that's what we're called to show today, each day, to everyone we meet, that God is calling each one of us to be a saint and to make a show about it, that holiness is what we're called to. I think that's important.
That's beautiful. Great.
I find that the situation that Blessed Chaminade went back to France in, in terms of after the revolution and the society was in decline, secularism was rampant, and he said he had to re-Christianize France. And I think that if you look at our world today, it's pretty much the same as it was back when he founded the society. A lot of the same issues of how do we make the world today Catholic again, or Christian back to Jesus.
And he did that, I think, through small faith communities, which became the basis of the fidelity, which is still a hallmark of our Society of Mary today.
I think going back to Brother Joe's point as well, that the world that Father Chaminade found himself in is very similar to ours, and the work that he took up, the work of forming those small faith communities and then into the work of education, is something that's very much needed today.
And those faith communities are really what it's all about. I mean, the initial faith community was the sodalities that Blessed Chaminade formed, and they became the basis for the communities of the Society of Mary. And even today, our community and communities throughout the Marianist world form the basis of those larger communities, the schools and the various works that the Marianists conduct, precisely to do what you had mentioned, which is to bolster the faith. A faith which is either under attack or, I think, suffers from a great deal of indifference.
And Brother Stephen, the thing that Brother Chaminade said was, how do I go about this? And it was, I start with the youth. Not that he was ignoring the older people, but he said, if I'm going to start, let's start from the bottom up. And he worked with the youth, and that's when he formed those sodality groups for the youth. And in terms of the work of the Society of Mary in education, we are still focused in that process of forming the youth, which will make the difference in society as they go on in their lives. So I think that we're still doing the same thing he was doing then.
I think that's so important, to get in on the ground level with young people in their faith formation. That's just critical to making sure that the faith stays vibrant, as we move forward into the future.
Definitely.
Which is why I think that with St. Martin's now and having the school, we're actually starting with a much younger kid, going all the way down to pre-K, and using that as the approach to the young people I think is a great stride that we've done in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I think when we talk about communities of faith, such an important thing is talking about family. And I think sometimes we overlook the title brother, that we're actually called to be brothers to one another, of course, but to our students, to the people we work with, and that they should look up to us as brothers and that we're there for them, just like any other family. I think that's such an important witness we offer as Marianists and as spiritual people. I mean, in a world where no one knows where to look for spirituality, hey, we try to give ourselves as an example, hey, we're here for you as a brother. And I think that's an important title, brother.